Even though I'm an amateur at WoW, I cannot leave Tearsfall Glades until I earn a WoW token. This is Goldlocked. In the last episode, we reached level 35. This allows us to one-shot the mobs in WoW, and is an important prerequisite to going into the dungeons. This is especially important because it allows us to farm transmog gear. Now, for those of you that aren't WoW nerds, transmogging allows you to change your appearance. So you can change the look of your armor or of your weapons without compromising the stats. This is especially important for people that want to play at a higher level but want to look cool while they do it. Now, people will pay a lot of money for certain transmogs because you can make it look like you're holding a really rare weapon that you had to farm. While we can farm transmog gear around the map, currently the best place for us to farm transmog gear is going to be in the Scarlet Monastery dungeon. Now, there's two versions of the Scarlet Monastery, the WoW Classic and the Mists of Pandaria version. I can only access the Mists of Pandaria version. But before we start farming the dungeon, we should go over some quality of life increases since the last episode. Let's talk about the add-ons. When I started, I was hoping to keep the amount of add-ons to a minimum, but I found some really helpful add-ons that I think are useful to show. We are now using 4 different add-ons that are key to our operation of earning gold. The first is Silver Dragon. Silver Dragon alerts us whenever we fly past or locate or target a rare mob. It also shows on the minimap where these rare mob spawns are. Because of Silver Dragon, I found out that there's actually about twice as many rares in the zone that I was not aware of. The second add-on is Gathermate 2. Gathermate 2 allows us to mark on the minimap where we find mining nodes, herbs, even treasure chests around the map, and really helps us to narrow down our route as we go gathering farming. Third is going to be Auctionator. We could have used TSM, but I'm not a fan of TSM's UI, so we'll be using Auctionator for this challenge. And of course, lastly, is Zone Locked. This is the add-on that makes your screen light up red whenever you leave a zone and enter somewhere that you don't currently have unlocked. It also has the minimap features. It turns out the rares that I knew about on the map actually don't drop any transmog gear that's unique or has a lot of value to it. The exception was Farmer Seldine, which I found in the first episode when he dropped those pants. Now, because of Silver Dragon, I'm aware of Mod and Deeb, crazy names, but they're Murlocs. They each drop very rare transmog items that should sell for a lot of money. Oh yeah, and there's one more add-on I forgot. That's going to be Kill Track. Kill Track, I didn't have at the start of some of these dungeon runs, but it allows me to see in the bottom corner on the tooltip how many times we've killed one of the mobs, and we'll be able to use this in Scarlet Monastery to see how much we grind. Now, a bit of lore for you. The Scarlet Monastery used to be known as the Old Monastery apparently, and then the Scarlet Crusade moved in. I don't actually know anything about these guys. All I know is both the Alliance and the Horde hate these guys. You can enter the dungeon regardless of which side you're on. Now, in WoW Classic, the Scarlet Monastery had 4 different wings. We started in the graveyard, moved into the library, then went to the armory, and finally finished in the cathedral. The Mists of Pandaria version condenses these down to 2 instances. We are going to start our journey in the Scarlet Monastery instance. This combines the graveyard and the cathedral versions of WoW Classic. The Scarlet Halls combines the armory and the library sides of the classic dungeons. We'll see that later. The Scarlet Monastery holds a special place in my heart. I'm mostly a WoW Classic and some WoW Hardcore Classic player, and I just loved farming this dungeon. For me, it has some of the best transmog pieces in the game. I love the Scarlet colors. I love how much detail goes into each of these pieces. It holds a ton of nostalgia for me. Honestly, a big piece of probably why I farmed these dungeons so many times is because of the nostalgia. I just love how it looks. I love the flow of it. It's just such a fun dungeon. Now, the first boss we come to is like Thalnos, the Soul Render, I think. I, names are not my strong suit. Anyway, we're going to pretty quickly kill all the mobs and bosses in the dungeon. We might not one-shot the bosses, but we're not here for experience. We're just here for quick kills and transmog. Brother Karkov is the second boss of the dungeon. He sounds like Karkaroff from Harry Potter, but looks nothing alike. This guy's bald.
Oh, it's Karlov, not Karkov. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Karkov anyway.
Now, in WoW Classic, once we enter the cathedral, you have to be very careful not to aggro the boss, or it'll pull all the mobs in the instance to you. We don't have to worry about this as much, but it is just faster to clear everything out this way. The last bosses of the dungeon combines with High Inquisitor Whitemane and whoever this is. Apparently she has a new sidekick, or boo, or husband, or protector. I don't know the lore there. But yeah, he falls really easily. You have to wait for her to walk over, res the guy, and then you just hose both of them again. It's very simple. It just takes a second. Oh, I guess his name was Mograine. And just like that, one run of Scarlet Monastery complete. We are going to do a lot more of these. I should mention that by now we're about 16 hours into playing this character, and we're on day 3. We have done a lot of overworld farming for materials, gathering professions, those sorts of things, but I'll feature that in another episode. Instead of showing y'all the next 30 hours of farming this dungeon, I would love to for ad revenue, we're gonna run a quick montage of the Scarlet Monastery. I ended up running the Scarlet Monastery over 100 times. Now, I'm going to break out of the traditional one day into the next narrative for this series because I want to focus on topics a certain amount at a time. And so, since this episode is focused on the Scarlet Monastery, we're going to see the gold revenue generated from the Scarlet Monastery. A huge amount of that gold comes from the rare items that are dropped that we can sell in the auction house. Most of the boss mobs will drop epic or rare gear, but it's buy none pickup, so it's soul-bound. We can't actually sell it. However, during my run to the Scarlet Monastery, I did get some bind on equip transmog gear that sells for a lot of money. First, we got 2 Beguiler robes. These each sell for about 16k. Next, we got 2 Blood Spillers, each having about $70,000 worth of auction house value. Next, we got 4 Head Splitters, roughly around the 8k mark on the market at the time. From right outside the dungeon, we got 4 Scarlet Initiative robes. These sell for roughly 12,000, which is a great amount. Lastly, we got 4 Shields of Thorson. I think technically 1 or 2 came off the auction house at like 100 gold each because someone was undercutting them, but that's irrelevant. The last thing, the Butcher. The Butcher sells for 25k, and we got 2 of them. All told, this accounts for about 300,000 gold worth of auction house value. Now, again, I just want to make something clear here. Because this series is a slightly non-linear timeline, some of the gold that you're about to see has been earned from gathering professions, selling herbs, selling rocks and ore that we've gathered, but a large bulk of it comes from the transmog gear that we've collected from the Scarlet Monastery. So, about end of day 4, we actually have 40,000 gold. We're making some incredible progress towards our goal, and we're about to get something incredible. But while I leave you on that cliffhanger, let's take a look at the slash plate real quick. Yep, okay, slightly depressing, but we're roughly 40 hours in. It's really not that bad. Yeah, I lied. We're actually not going to get to the sale yet. We're going to really quickly prove that I actually did earn some of these items. I picked them up. I didn't just buy them off the auction house. It did take, like I said, about 100 runs worth of time to get these items that we wanted to put on the auction house. And technically, 2 of the Shields of Thorson did come from buying out an undercutter who was selling them for about $200 when they were valued at about $4,000. I don't see this as a problem because I need to be able to sell what I'm selling. Now, the auction house bugs sometimes, as does the mail, but what you're about to see is us jump from 45 to 1,000 gold. That's right, we did it. We sold the Butcher. Now that we've hit 70,000 gold, I think it's time to roll the outro. Wait, I'm just kidding. Come on, we haven't even been to the Scarlet Halls yet. Now, come on, here, get him real close. Yeah, you couldn't pay me to go to the Scarlet Halls. That dungeon sucks. Like, those bosses, those mechanics, they stall more than a YouTuber trying to hit the 10-minute mark for revenue. I mean, look at this. I've got to walk all the way holding this giant archery target? Or you're telling me I have to wait for this guy to RP his Game of Thrones moment with all of his dogs? Like, no. It's also so linear. It takes forever to run. Yeah, I'm never coming back here. I'll see y'all next time.